Lancers are home Saturday, February 14th at the BCA, 1 p.m. It's Valentine's Day Family Matinee. Free kisses from Lancer players, dancers, and Lancer Louie. Call 872-KICK or ourlancers.com. Feel the kick, baby.
Live from very snowy Rochester, New York, from the Rock Sports Network studios, this is Rochester Sports Mumblings.
Oh, yeah.
And welcome to the show. This is episode 23 with your host, Matt Goldman, John Cargill, and Marc Sotili from the Rochester Lancers. And we are sponsored by Salvatore's, the Rochester Lancers, and the Rochester Razor Sharks. And yes, here we are. Here's your host, Matt Goldman. All right, that's me. That was myself. I'm doing the intro by myself because we don't have much of a crowd.
So what was the deal with that announcing voice? Where's that from?
Oh, God, I don't know. I'm just multi-talented like that. Anyways, welcome to the show. We have a very exciting show for you tonight. Joining us in about 8 minutes is going to be Evan Mundine. Now, this is a very interesting story, guys. Evan Mundine has a rare genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and he is 17 years old, and the San Diego Sockers of the Major Arena Soccer League, of course, where the Lancers play, they signed him to a one-day contract. He played, and this stuff happens once in a while. There was, I remember the Miami Marlins did it with this guy that had played one. He had gotten up to the plate in the major leagues, okay, and in his first pitch, he got hit right in the head and was out of baseball for like 5 years. Okay,
that's crazy.
So the Miami Marlins brought him back last year for one game, and they gave him one at bat, and it was a feel good story, you know. Yeah. So the San Diego Sockers, kind of pulling a page out of that. They signed him to a one-day contract, and they let him take the kickoff, and he scored a goal. So
amazing.
We'll have him on in about 10 minutes. About 7 minutes here. He's gonna call in. Of course, if you're listening live, thank you for listening. If you are listening on the replay and you want to hear Evan, just tune in about 10 minutes in. This is the story, though, out of San Diego.
Welcome back. New tonight, all eyes were on the debut of a 17-year-old midfielder playing soccer for the San Diego Sockers against Tacoma at Valley View Casino. Evan Mundine, a top-flight youth soccer player, had his game sidelined by a rare genetic disorder. But tonight on the field, his dream came true.
It was Evan Mundine's Twitter account that first caught the eye of officials with the San Diego Sockers months ago. Saturday writing, "I'm not sure why I'm so blessed. I don't even deserve this. So thankful and grateful to everyone for the support." He flew to San Diego from Central Texas, and when he landed, he had no idea what was in store. A contract, a jersey, and Evan officially part of the team.
I thought it'd be just fly out and go see one of the games.
He would do more than just watch. A kiss from the team's general manager on the field for a dream. Even Evan couldn't have imagined. Kicking off the game from center field. What made this so special, Evan's ability to play the game he loves, is compromised. Born with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a rare connective tissue disorder, his type, thought to affect only about 30 in the world. It attacks his joints, skin, muscles, and lungs. Another reason why this moment was magic. He didn't just play, he was the star.
Going out there, I just feel, out on the field when I'm playing, it just feels natural to me. And really, probably the biggest thing is I've always liked being a part of a team.
That he is. Evan, the number 7 jersey, was signed to play just for tonight. And as part of his contract, he was also able to get $2,000.
That's great. He'll never forget that.
Wow, that's a
short amount of time in the game.
So yeah, we're gonna have Evan on to talk about that. Great story, and he went down the field, scored a goal, and then what Tacoma did is they then scored a goal after that. So they let him score.
It evened out.
They let him score 8 seconds in, and then the San Diego let Tacoma score 6 seconds.
Okay, so
later,
to even it out.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
It's a good story. It's nice once in a while. The ultra competitive nature of sports can kind of take a step back for a second and just have a feel good story for everyone.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's nice that both teams agreed to do it, and sometimes that may not happen.
Right. Exactly. I mean, we know in soccer, once in a while, soccer's such a game of etiquette. Like when a guy gets injured, the referee's not really going to blow the whistle
Sometimes
unless
they'll
it's
kick
a
it
serious
out, yeah.
injury. So they got to wait for the other team to kick it out,
Right.
and then you got to give the ball back to the other team. But there's no actual rule that says you have to give the ball back. It's just kind of etiquette.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like I said, as long as both teams agreed on it, it's
Right.
pretty. So it's pretty special.
Yeah.
And you were wondering why they maybe did it at the beginning of the game. That was an interesting thought as a goalie.
Well, as a goalkeeper, I mean, first of all, I don't even remember what the final score was, but I thought it was like something.
I can look it up, but.
And some keepers in this league, you try to keep your goals against average down. Some of these guys are trying to go for the goalkeeper of the year award. So
right.
What if that game ended up as like 8-1 or 10-1, and the guy
that
lost
was the only goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have been even more special for Evan, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
He's the only guy that could score on the team.
Right. But that is a good point. I mean, although
13-4 was the score.
Okay,
so it didn't matter.
Not a lot of goals though.
No, it didn't matter.
He only allowed 3. Who won? San Diego won?
Yeah.
San Diego won 13.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. He played for San Diego anyway, so it didn't matter.
Right.
The other team probably knew that.
Yeah.
Because San Diego's the best team over in that side of the division.
Are they? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, I thought Monterey's the best over there. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So
I'll
we
look
get.
it up.
Yeah. Why don't you look it up?
As soon as my computer
I
starts
think
behaving.
Monterey might be ahead on them, but I think San Diego's the better team. So I mean,
Speaking of goalkeepers, though, we have a very special goalkeeper in studio. The starting goalie for the Rochester Lancers this past weekend in their big victory over the Harrisburg Heat. It was Marc Sotilli.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marc, how did that feel? That must have felt great. Get your first start of the season.
you know what? It did feel good. I felt a little rusty after not playing for probably a year, but it was a good feeling. Everybody supported me that was there, so and we did well.
Yeah, big win, of course. Harrisburg. You would think that maybe you might take them lightly. They only had one win coming in, but their one win came the night before.
Absolutely,
So-
and we were at that game, and they played pretty well, and they played tough against us. I mean, I don't think we, for a little while there, we had a little scare where they might come back, but I mean, from the start, we didn't take them lightly. We went right at them. We know what we got to do to keep going and get in the playoffs. So we're not going to take our foot off the pedal. So that's what we did.
Now, this is your second time down at the Farm Show Arena, of course, and was it smelly again, or
Listen, it really wasn't that bad.
it was better? They sprayed a little.
Yeah, I think
Febreze
they- yeah,
this
that's-
They
time?
got some Febreze in there.
They had
Couldn't even tell.
they had Febreze bombs running around in there.
I'm sure.
But what they did was they actually took the dirt out. So I think that's what changed the smell of the arena. And we actually played they just put the carpet on a concrete floor.
Okay.
So I think that changed it a little bit.
Did that make it harder? than
Oh, it was
usual?
like it was like diving on a wooden floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty hard.
Okay.
But like I said, it is what it is. It wasn't bad, and their boards are a little lower than ours. I mean, there's so much. Every time you go to a different arena, there's something different, and it's like playing in a whole new place.
Yeah. Their turf looks a little like scraggly and dirty compared to. Is it different? Like, is it thicker or something, or what?
No,
it just looks very different on.
Their turf
the
is actually
internet.
really thin. From playing on it was really thin, and it's super dirty. After playing the game, my socks look like I just played an outdoor game.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty.
Was it like? But was it like carpet like we have at the Blue Cross Arena, or was it more like a TSC where they have the rubber?
It was neither. It was actually more like the old Astro type turf. Something that you would put on your backyard patio or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. But it wasn't bad. I mean, I can't complain. And it was, for the most part, it was pretty flat.
So yeah, it was maybe just it being so old.
Yeah, it's definitely looked like it had some use to it.
And Harrisburg, they were probably a little, I'm guessing, tired from the night playing the night before, right?
Yeah, they had stints where you can see that they were tired, and we were working the ball around them. Like I said, we let them stay in the game. I made a few mistakes, other guys made a few mistakes, and you know what happens when you make mistakes. Teams counter on that, and I think that's what happened.
And what was the final score?
It was 21-12.
And of course, Elliot Falski, the Mohican Warrior, made
Mohican
his
Warrior.
season debut, which is amazing.
Yeah, Elliot played it. He actually had a really good
Hello?
game.
Evan, we got you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, Evan. This
Hello,
is Evan Mundine. Thank you for joining us tonight. Just to let you know, we are a podcast out of Rochester, New York. Are you still in San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably a little different weather. We just had about 18 inches of snow overnight,
Oh, at least.
and it's still snowing. I got my car stuck a couple times today, so probably a little different down in San Diego, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think right now it's like in the 90s
Oh, my
outside.
God.
It's pretty bright.
I don't know how that's
Bright and sunny.
possible in
It's
January.
hard to fathom
That-
being
I
from
can't believe.
the north. It's
Yeah.
hard, it
Ours might
really
be in
is.
the 90s too, but it's more like the negative.
Negative.
Yeah, pretty much close to negative 90. So Evan, remarkable story. We were watching the video of you taking the kickoff on Saturday night in San Diego, and then of course going down the field and scoring a goal, an official goal in an MASL game, goes on the in the score sheet on the point streak. Your name is in the record books. You played a professional soccer game. I'm sure you've told this story a lot already, but for our audience, why don't you tell us how did it come about? How did it feel? What was this experience like?
I don't know. The whole thing's been it's been really amazing for me. I guess it first came up like about a month ago because I'd been I've been wanting like for a while now to come out to San Diego and to go to one of the Soccer's home games, but I've never been able to make it.
Are you a Sockers? Did you grow up a Sockers fan or something?
Well, I don't know. I've been supporting them for a few years now. It's just because 5 years, I think, because that was when my friend Brian Farber joined the team, and when he joined the team is when I started supporting them.
So cool. So this was your favorite MASL team, and how'd you get a chance to go out there?
Well, it was something the team set up for me. Actually, just a few of the guys got the idea that they wanted to bring me out to one of the games, just to have me here for like a week or so. So that's what they started working on, just to fly me out here to go to one of their games. I didn't find out until like the day before I was traveling up here what they actually had planned, was to sign me to the team and actually, get me to play in the game. I didn't know about that till just a few days ago.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's a nice surprise.
Yeah, that part
impressive.
was quite a surprise.
What were your feelings like when you found out about that?
To be honest, I just felt really nervous about the whole thing. It was like probably the main thing. I didn't know. I didn't know what it was going to be like or, what I was going to have to do, but it was kind of nerve-wracking. But after I got over that, initial shock of the whole thing, it was really just really exciting, the whole prospect of it.
Now, when you found out that they were going to sign you to a one-day contract, and it went out on the web and all that. Did you know though that you would actually get to take the kickoff?
No, I didn't. I mean, I wasn't sure because they kept not telling me everything. So pretty much every day I'd get some sort of new surprise, and they eventually, they told me that they would kind of like me to, play in the game, actually play in the game a little bit like I did. I mean, it wasn't, it was only a few seconds.
Sure.
But, it was really cool while it lasted.
I'm sure. And then when did you find out that you were actually going to get the opportunity to score a goal?
Well, that part's actually kind of funny actually, because not everyone knew that. Like, not everyone on the team knew that, and the coach didn't even know. It was actually it was actually something that just like a couple of the players on the team brought up. It was my friend Brian Farber was the main one. It was his idea, but he didn't want to tell anyone else if he didn't have to.
Oh, wow.
So it was only like 4 or 5 other people who knew that was going to happen. So it was a big surprise for everyone, actually.
So what you're saying is you're lucky that one of the other players didn't slide tackle you while you were about to score that goal.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We would have gotten a shootout.
Yeah, right.
Blue card shootout.
Yeah.